Welcome back to the Restaurant Show. Imagine this modern-day Green Acres story. Two city slickers leave the pressures of urban life to go to a modern-day goat farm and run it. It's happened, and it's happening right now. Josh Kilmer-Purcell and Brent Ridge have done just that, and their story has been captured on a new TV reality show called Those Fabulous Beekman Boys. And the Beekman Boys join us now to talk a little bit about traveling in style on a budget, whether you're camping, glamping, or somewhere in between. Josh and Brent, welcome to our program today.
Oh, great to be here, Justin.
Listen, before we get started with these hard-hitting journalism questions, I have to ask, what is glamping? Can you tell us what glamping is?
Well, it's right behind you here.
Yeah, we're sitting in the middle of one of the fields here at Beekman Farm, and these are glamping tents, and that's a combination of glamour and camping.
Okay.
And Country Inns and Suites, we just redesigned all of their hotel amenities, and so they built these on our farm. And they have air conditioning and Wi-Fi and satellite TV. So it's pretty much everything you could want in a camping experience with all the comforts of home.
You can go glamping in your own backyard too. Just put up a tent and buy some great little gourmet food items that you love. Load up some DVDs on your laptop and go glamp in your backyard.
Yeah.
Glamping. All right, I'm going to have to try that. I think my kids would love that for sure. So, you know, a lot of people, let's talk about a little bit about your transition from hectic city life to living in a more rural area. A lot of people dream of doing that and leaving that all behind, but you guys actually did it. How hard was that to do?
Well, you know, we didn't do it on purpose. We call ourselves accidental farmers because we were two city guys, lived in New York City, had great jobs. We were driving in upstate New York one weekend years ago, and we found this farm. We fell in love, Beekman 1802. We bought it as a weekend getaway. And then in 2008, we lost our jobs. And we had taken in a neighboring farmer who had 80 goats, and we had to figure out a way to use these goats to have the farm save itself.
Yeah, and so we literally Googled what can we make with goat milk and started making goat milk soap and goat milk lotion and pretty much anything you could make with goat milk.
And that's how we saved the farm.
Yeah.
Wow, what an incredible story. So you guys, you've done some traveling, and you were traveling in upstate New York. I mean, you sound like you're probably pretty experienced travelers. What are some tips that you can give our viewers if they're planning a trip for this summer, that they can travel in style but on a budget?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, we're on the restaurant show right now, and you know, whenever we travel, we do like to spend what budget that we have on eating out in nice restaurants and eating some really good local food.
But then we need to save money. And I think the best way of saving money is to go to a hotel that has a great hot breakfast.
Yeah, and free Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest pet peeve in life is to go to a hotel, a really nice hotel, and then have to pay $20 a day for Wi-Fi.
Drives them crazy.
Yeah.
Right. So,
you know, I would say before you book any hotel, look for those two things, because if you can save money on those two things, incidentally, like you can do at Country Inns and Suites, then you can use that money to buy a great restaurant and enjoy some more luxuries.
I think, you know, I think to your point, I think a lot of hotels, including Country Inn and Suites, really have a lot of modern amenities that really come with as the whole package. It's not something that you'd have to, versus if you go to another hotel, it might be something that you have to pay extra for. So I think that's kind of what you guys are getting at.
It's so true, Justin. And just like, you know, we Googled to learn how to, you know, run a goat farm, and it only took us a few seconds to learn how to run it.
Yeah.
You just Google, and in a few seconds, you can learn about which hotels have the amenities that are most important to you and can help you save more money. Because again, the reason that you travel, if you're not traveling for business like we often do, is you want to get those experiences and you want to get those memories. And, you know, spend your money on those types of things. Don't spend them on kind of the necessities that should be part of the hotel package.
Yeah, just kind of cutting out those things on the fringes, I think it sounds like, is what's really important there.
Yeah.
Can you give us some tips about packing for big trips like that? What are items that you would recommend people bring from home, and what are, more importantly, are some items that you think people should just leave behind?
Well, you know, as you know, we ran and won the Amazing Race, and that taught us to go around the world with nothing more than a backpack.
You can do a lot with very little.
So the one thing we learned is you don't need to overpack ever. And one of the things that you can leave out are sort of your personal care items, because a lot of times, again, hotels have great luxury amenities. And so why put those liquids in your suitcase where you have to get them through TSA or check them? So leave that out.
And again, going back to building experiences when you travel, so much of traveling is about immersing yourself in the cultures of the areas where you are. So if there are things that you can buy in the destination to which you're going to, buy local. Don't pack those things.
Save the suitcase space for stuff you want to bring home.
So that not only makes your packing easier, it makes you experience that destination that much more in depth.
I guess that kind of makes sense because so many people will go to the store, they'll buy all this stuff, and then they'll pack it in their suitcases and take it with them when, in fact, they could just buy it when they get there. Why not do that?
That's right. That's right. And of course, that's anywhere you travel in the domestic U.S., there's going to be the same stores pretty much everywhere you go.
Yeah.
But if you're lucky enough to travel internationally, immersing yourself in the shopping experience in those cultures is really invaluable.
We just have about a minute left here, but you mentioned a little bit about looking for some of the things like the amenities that are offered at no additional cost as things to look for when selecting places to go and selecting places to stay. Are there any other tips that you can provide our viewers as far as what they should be looking for when they're looking for places like that?
Well, we think one of the great things when you're planning your summer vacation is don't plan too far ahead. Mm-hmm. There are so many great deals on the internet on last-minute travel that you might think you know where you want to go this summer. You might have been thinking about it all year long, but don't think that way. Wait until a little bit out and go online and find an amazing deal, and then save. You have the money you save. Again, you can spend it on experiences or great dinners. Just take advantage of the deals, last-minute deals.
Last-minute deals are sometimes the best deals. Well, Josh and Brent, thank you so much for joining us today. I had a really good time talking with you.
Thanks so much. And people can go to countryinns.com or beekman1802.com and get all kinds of travel tips.
Excellent. Well, safe travels to you both this summer, and thanks for talking with us.
Thanks, Justin. Have a great summer.
Josh Kilmer Purcell and Brent Ridge joined us from the fabulous Beekman Boys, the reality TV show. Don't go away. There's more restaurant show coming up right after this.